Welcome everyone, my name is Mustafa, otherwise known as Chris, and welcome to some more Crysis 3. Like yesterday, I got another match of Spears on Hell's Kitchen, but, you know, I hope you enjoy anyway. It was a pretty good game. It definitely wasn't, I'd say as fast-paced as the match I uploaded yesterday, but it is definitely still pretty good. Unfortunately, I was playing the objective, but like I said before, there's different ways of playing it, and in this one, I took more of a defending role, and, I ended up defending the objectives more than I did capturing them. So if you're wondering why my capture points are so low, that's why. I was defending, not capturing. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that. It's just a bit of eye candy in the background while I talk about some other stuff. Now, actually, before I get on to what I was going to talk about, yesterday I picked up a couple more subscribers. Thank you, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy all my videos and stuff like that. And like all my other subscribers, you've just reached the rank of legend. Right. So anyway, I want to talk about maps today. Now, what I want to talk about specifically to do with the maps is what they're going to bring out in DLC. Now, I'm not talking stuff that has been said. I'm not basing it off rumours because I haven't actually looked into it. What I mean by new maps is I just want to talk about what I want to see in the new maps as opposed to what will be in the new maps. So I hope you enjoy that. But I'm going to start off by talking about my favourite maps that are in the game at the moment and why they're my favourite maps. Why, what makes them good maps and what will make the new maps just as good as that. And I know it's a bit early in the game to be talking about new maps, but I don't know, I was just thinking yesterday about new maps and stuff like that, so I just thought I'd share my opinions with you guys. That's what I'm here for, I suppose. So anyway, my favourite maps. Now, Skyline. Now, I know this is a map from Crysis 2, but to be honest, I'd say in this game it's its own map, because with the greenery and stuff, it looks the same, but it looks a lot different at the same time, so it is definitely one of my favourite maps, and that's mainly because you're just getting really fast-paced gameplay, and just everything that happens is so hectic. You run around the corner and there's just two guys there, and they start shooting at you, you start shooting at them, then a grenade flies in, then someone with a heavy machine gun drops down and starts shooting, then a rocket launcher crashes, and then the pod that makes the crash sites lands on someone. Absolutely hectic. It's such a small map, and I don't know what I did there. I think I was trying to throw a grenade and just accidentally shot at the sky instead. But yeah, the map is just hectic and it's so much fun to play. I mean, I've had some really good games on Skyline, but I don't want to keep uploading the same maps, obviously, because where's the fun in that? So yeah, that is definitely one of my favourite maps, mainly because of how hectic it is at all times. There are not any... I haven't played a match of Skyline where it's been boring yet, so that is definitely one of my favourites. Now, another one of my favourites is Williamsburg. Now, this is mainly because obviously it's night, you don't have that many, it's at night, sorry, and you don't have that many night maps in this game. I think there's one other, I can't remember the name of it. Or is there? I don't know. I can't quite remember. There's 11 maps and 12 maps, and my brain doesn't want to work at the moment, so well. But anyway, Williamsburg is one of my favourite maps by far. I mean, it's just it's such a basic map in terms of its design, but it's just so awesome to play. I don't know why. I think it's just something to do with the amount of cover you've got. You've got a couple of buildings you can walk in and out of. You've got the boat in the middle, obviously. Now, the boat in the middle is cool and all, but generally I find that whenever I go up on the bridge, the top of the boat anyway, there's always one or two people standing up there like, I'm gonna camp all match, and generally you end up just like, no, and you take them out. But that, you know, as long as there's someone to take it up there, I think that's kind of the fun of the map. But so yeah, that's definitely one of my favourites. And as my sort of final favourite, I quite like Hydro Dam. Now, I don't know how many people actually like Hydro Dam, but I think what I like about it is obviously you've got a body of water. Now, the water effects in this game are just awesome, and I'm only playing it on console. I can't imagine what they're like on the PC. Probably unbelievable. But just Hydro Dam as a map is it's cool. It's really weird to play as well, because in maps like this, Hell's Kitchen, you just run across the ground, you can jump up on the buildings. There's not too much you got to think about in terms of getting around the map. Whereas in Hydro Dam, where you've got a lot of drops which just drop into a body of water, and you've got pipelines going around the map. You've got the gunship, which is obviously in all map. I'm not sure actually, is it in this map? I'm not 100% sure it's in this map, but I know it's definitely in Hydro Dam. But anyway, you've got the gunship. You've also got the body of water, you've got the pipes, you've got the buildings, you've got the vents in the buildings and stuff like that. It's such a dynamic map, and you've got to do a lot of jumping around to get from place to place, which is so cool. I mean, it is definitely one of my favourite maps, and it's not actually as hectic as most of the maps. It can be, but I think what's more hectic is when you're trying to get from from one place to another, and along the way you see people jumping around. You're trying to jump, and then they're trying to shoot you while you're jumping. It is hectic in that sense, but in terms of having lots of people in one area, that doesn't happen as much, really, unless you're playing Crash Site, obviously. But anyway, that's kind of my favourite maps out of the way. Now let's talk new maps. Now, last year I only bought one of the DLCs for Crysis 2. Then I got bored of it because it was just a bit, I don't know. Well, I didn't actually buy the DLC. My friend had it, and I just played it around his house for the day, and it was alright. It wasn't amazing. It was just, I think the issue with it is, and I'm not sure if the other DLCs followed this same sort of pattern, but the main issue was it kept the maps very close to the plot line. Now, I don't have a problem with that, but it's just, a lot of games do that. Now, I prefer when a game picks out a map that is really random. It's not really much to do with the story, but it is really fun to play. Now, that is what Call of Duty does, and as much as COD is not like favoured amongst the shooter community, really, the maps that they bring out are all very dynamic to play, and you play, not dynamic in terms of you can jump up here and that and there, here, there and everywhere and just do all this really awesome stuff, but the maps don't really follow the storyline. So when a map comes out, you think, of course, this is a cool map, and every single map is different. Now, this is where some games start to fail, because they bring out maps and they're very similar to the previous maps. So when you play it, you're like, it's alright, but you know, they could have done a bit better with that, been a bit more creative. So what I hope to see with this game is maybe some maps that are maybe set in New York, but maybe why not have loads of snow all over them with the greenery and stuff like that. Make it so you can climb up the vines with using your suit or something along those lines. Maybe even, I don't know, do something really out of the blue. Just have an underwater water base or something with loads of glass ceilings and walls and floors, and there's just like sharks and stuff swimming around the outside, and you're inside, and when you shoot, water comes spews in. Obviously you don't want it to just flood the place, but you know, just make it really interesting. Now obviously that last map, the underwater base, is a little bit hectic in terms of design, but you know, there's lots of things they can do that are really out of the blue and would look really cool as maps. I mean, even if it's something as basic as the map from Crysis 2 Parking Deck, what made that map awesome wasn't its design. It was mainly to do with the fact that you're in a parking lot and you can just boot cars at people, and at highbrow corners as people come in, there's a couple of like hidden passages to go through and stuff like that, like vents. You know, that is just a really cool map. And if they bring out more maps like that, I mean, most of the maps in this game I love. There's one or two that I get a bit bored of, but that's only because I play them over and over again. But you know, if they make a lot of dynamic maps, I think they'll do a really good job with this game, like they have done so far. But anyway, that kind of sums up today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I've probably gone a bit monotone towards the end, but that's because I'm in my informative voice, you know. Well, anyway, if you like the video, please do like the video. If you want to comment with your thoughts and opinions of what I've spoken about, then please do so. I will respond. And subscribe for more episodes like this. Have a nice day.